Okay, cool. Okay, guys, so welcome to the first Start Canada call for 2017. That's so crazy. Today's date is January the 8th. And for those of you tuning into the recording, or maybe this is your first call here, we are just a group of individuals with a common interest to ignite all young people to own their lives physically and financially, and through our contributions, create freedom and a lasting legacy. Who can get so excited about our vision? Like, it just gets me so jacked up. So, if you don't know me, maybe I'm a new face. My name is Morgan. I am from a little town outside of Toronto called Port Perry, Ontario. I just see so much future within this movement of millennials, and I'm so excited for all of you to be here tonight. Thank you so, so much. The purpose of these calls, maybe you've never tuned in before, is just to unite Canadian Start peeps. These calls were initiated by our amazing Start Canada committee with the input from other Start Canadians. So we get together to provide tools, support, coaching, inspiration to get your belief a 10 out of 10 in all areas so you feel completely unstoppable this year in sharing this amazing gift. These calls are led by people just like you that come together with a total one-team vision, and it's your opportunity to grow here. So if you see an opportunity to come out and be a part of the committee, maybe you want to share your story on a call, maybe you want to come out and train, let any of us know. We would love to have you. And a little bit of a disclaimer for those tuning into the recording. We are just a health and wellness company. We don't diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases or illnesses. We also may hear some financial claims tonight. Please know that these may not be typical. I personally love that I work in an industry that the amount of effort I put in is related to what I put out. So with that, I'm going to invite you guys to use the chat, show your support, show some love, ask questions. We love when people get in there and kind of get things going. So with that, we are going to move into the first segment of our call. This is personally my favorite. It's called The Starter in the Spotlight. And we know that we are just storytellers. The more stories we know, the more people that we can share with and possibly help. So I love this aspect. It's an opportunity for people to come share their story and grow. And I'm really excited about today's speaker. She is a really good friend of mine. And without this movement, I wouldn't know her at all. She's a total sweetheart. If you've met her at any event, she's probably giving you a hug. And if you got emotional, she probably cried with you because she is just so authentic and sweet. Her name is Christie Reed. You may have seen her on Facebook as well. She's an amazing makeup artist. She's, I think, owned her own makeup company for 6 years. She's an absolutely phenomenal artist, a great entrepreneur, and she's going to share how she has her traditional business and how she uses Isagenix as well. So Christy, I would love if you could share your story with us.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome. Holy, my heart's like pounding now. That was so sweet. Thank you so much, Morgan. Oh, God, you've helped me an unbelievable amount throughout my journey, and I am so appreciative of you. Thank you so much also for giving this opportunity to me in such a beautiful, cool learning environment to be able to share my story. So thank you so much. I love you. So if it's cool with all of you guys, I'll just go over my story a little bit. Thank you. Oh God, I'm so nervous. Growing up, I was always really bubbly and happy and sociable with everyone. It was really easy to make new friends. And everything obviously was going great because of that until about 3 years ago, I had been working in call centers for 3 years, which made me very lethargic, non-sociable. I was not myself at all. I had lost myself and I felt lost all of the time. I would basically wake up, go to work for 10 hours, come home, lay on the couch, maybe play some games, eat whatever food I wanted because I was like, I'm going to eat what I want. Okay, anyway. And then go to bed and do it again. Then on weekends, I would relax or party. So, great lifestyle. At that point, I was about 22. Looking back now, I knew I was ready to do something that gave me purpose. But at that point, I was so lost. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I knew I wanted to pursue makeup because that was still my personal business. I just couldn't afford myself on it yet. But I didn't know where to go. I had no drive to do it. Luckily, it was around this time that my best friend, Kristen, invited me to learn about Isagenix, basically. And at first, I wasn't all for the whole line. I just wanted to try with just the shakes. And even just from that, I noticed my energy coming back. Now I'm like, I'm not usually this like hyped up. I'm real nervous. But anyway, I started getting my energy back. I started being sociable again, which is great. And at that point, so everything happened in Isagenix slowly with me. So it was about a year in that I was like, okay, if the shakes have done this much, I'm sure doing the whole system would probably change my life. Kind of did. So I decided to follow the full system with the help of my ISA family, including you, Morgan, and my friends and everything. I lost the 50 pounds I had gained in like 5 months, which was awesome. I know compliance, I probably shouldn't say that. Sorry, but I did. And then through that stage of my life is when we started to go to events and stuff, which is where I really learned the importance of personal development, which before that, the only thing I heard about it was like hoo-ha stuff. I almost swore. I'm doing really good without swearing here. But I learned yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. So the importance of personal development, and I can't express the amount of gratitude I have for how much I've grown over the last 2 years, 3 years with ISA, because it wouldn't have happened without it at all. So without personal development in my life, I would definitely not as quickly been able to gain the confidence to actually quit the call center job and just full out go for my passions. Now I get to dictate my time and where I put my time and what business I want to work on, which is mind-blowing and amazing. And something that I'm really excited about right now is actually what I am doing with my best friend, Kristen, on our social medias. It's a 30-day fit challenge. Basically, we try to get everyone else on our social medias to get involved and get fit with us. So we post healthy recipes, live streams of doing those damn recipes, as well as workouts. And we want to start doing inspirational writings as well, hopefully. At least I'm hoping for that. I still need to talk to you about that, Kristen. Anyway, but if you guys want to join that journey with us, that would be amazing. If you want to follow us on Facebook and be part of it and do it with us, that would be so cool. And just the START movement in general really, really excites me, because we're a generation that doesn't want to play by the rules. We challenge the conventional work status and schedule, and we're thrilled and we light up thinking about working for ourselves rather than someone else, because no. And it's really cool sharing this opportunity with people who get it. And for the most part, our generation gets it, which is amazing. The only thing that we don't get is that we're constantly bombarded with instant gratification. And this isn't instant. You're not going to reach your health goals instantly, and you're not going to be in START 1000 instantly. It takes work. And that's why I'm so happy groups like this exist and calls like this exist, because it's the other people that are like-minded with you that keep you grounded and keep you going and keep you on purpose. And it is so worth it when, it starts, when you put in effort and you get it back, and it's worth it. So that's like my whole story and where I am now. And I'm just really excited to keep going and meet a lot of you. And that's it.
Good job, Christie.
Yeah. God, I'm muting myself now.
No, that was so good. Your ending was like, I feel like it's how everyone is feeling about this movement and why they're here. It was so good. And their 30-day challenge that Christie and Kristen are doing, if you guys have either of them on Facebook, it's just, to me, it's the perfect ideal of the authentic journey. Like, they're making protein balls in their kitchen and they're messing up, but they're doing it anyways, and people are getting inspired. They looked interesting, that's for sure. But I love their journeys. If you guys want to tune in and do that along with them, it's a phenomenal opportunity to kind of do something with them within the new year. So talking about the new year, we're going to move into our next segment. I don't know if you guys have made resolutions or 2017 goals. For me, mine was I read The Miracle Morning, and I really wanted to wake up early and start utilizing my mornings and setting my affirmations and my ideals and what I wanted for the day. They're going okay. But what I would love for you guys to do, if you're on your computer, on your phone, is throw, doesn't necessarily have to be a resolution. I know a lot of people don't make them, but what's a 2017 goal that you've made this year? And just throw it in the chat, because it's going to be kind of utilized as we move into our next training piece. I'm so excited to introduce this girl. I found her randomly through a few live streams she did on Facebook, and they were so, so good. And she made one last week, and I just blew up. I probably threw up all over the chat section just being like, this is so good. Like, we need this on the Start Call. So I harassed her until she said yes. And she's coming out tonight. And I didn't even know this because I didn't read my chats on Facebook, but she was just in the hospital and she was yelling at the doctor saying, I have to go because I'm training on a call. So it's just such dedication. I'm so excited to hear this girl. She's 23 years old. She's from Calgary, Alberta. She's been in the fitness industry for 9 years. I'm going to have her touch a little bit on her story, kind of her history with that. And she's just so embarks on the START movement and offering freedom to other young people. And that's something that gets all of us so jazzed up. So Maddie, if you could start us off with your story and then get into your training piece, I am so excited.
Woo! Yeah, so as Morgan said, I mean, thank you so much, Morgan, for asking me to do this. An amazing job, Christie. You guys are awesome. And I just want to thank everybody else that's on today, because without you guys, I wouldn't be here, Morgan wouldn't be here, and this wouldn't be a thing. So I just wanted to really push that thank you to every single one of you who are on tonight. And if you're not on tonight and you're listening to the recording, you're still a big deal, and we thank you as well. So if it's okay, I'd like to share my story with you guys. I have you guys on the general screen so I can see if you're nodding or saying no. So yes, can I share my story? Perfect, just making sure everyone can hear me. Awesome. So before Isagenix, I was a university student. I was in business. I absolutely loved the idea of having my own business and running my own business, but unfortunately in the school aspect, I didn't feel fulfilled and like it was taking me in the right area. I also worked 4 part-time jobs while going to university and still lived paycheck to paycheck. So, you know, my mind was going crazy. Like, what else can I do? Like, I can't have another job. I can't do any more schooling. What am I going to do? I also struggled with a very, very horrible thyroid problem. I'm not sure if you guys know exactly what that is, but basically some days I wasn't strong enough to even lift myself out of bed. I didn't have the energy to wake up before 5 p.m. and it kind of took control of my life in a very, very negative way. And I still have it. So again, Isagenix does not prevent, cure, or treat anything. I still have that problem, but I don't have a lot of the symptoms anymore because I take care of my body, which is amazing. So yeah, so thankfully I was introduced by a lady named Sarah, and we met at the gymnastics center, which I've been coaching at for 9 years, and I coached one of her little kids, and she kind of saw me before I went traveling and saw me when I came back from traveling, was like, this girl needs something. And so she introduced me, and I've been absolutely loving the products every single day for about 3 years now. I've been sharing them for about 3 years as well, and there's not a day that goes by that I'm not excited about this movement. As a result, well, I can get out of bed every day, so that's great. But overall, I'm just a very happy, more confident person inside and out. And, you know, I've been able to run my first half marathon. I competed in a fitness competition last June and took home first place. So that was exciting. I mean, but the most important thing is I feel complete and I feel excited about my future. And I'm no longer stuck being like, what else can I do to help me get to where I want to be? So I'm really excited about that. I'm really passionate about helping other people do that. But I mean, it's a learning curve, right? So my advice for new people, for old people, you know, for everybody here, is just to stay true to who you are inside and who you know you're supposed to be. Because I know, for me especially, that, you know, I know who I'm supposed to be, but sometimes I'm not living that person. So really reconnecting with yourself and staying true to who you know you are deep down. And, you know, just being emotional about your story and just making sure it is the truth, even though you know, the truth is not always, you know, the most positive thing there. So you can't, you know, you guys know what I mean. So, I mean, share your story and build your business on truth and emotion, and you guys are going to go places. Okay. So, I mean, we're obviously going to run into obstacles and challenges along the way, but again, just reconnect with why you started, reconnect with that why, and it's going to help you keep going. I know that I've been stuck, and there's been so many times where I'm like, am I doing the right thing? Like, what am I doing here? But if you reconnect deep down inside and you think about how emotional it was when you first started and you first started reaching your goals, or maybe your first paycheck, or the first time someone that you helped got their first paycheck, and you just remember that feeling it's going to keep you going. And that's kind of why I'm still here. So that's a little bit about me. We're going to get into the training piece. I'm going to roll my sleeves. So if it's okay, I have notes because I get really sidetracked. So I'm going to try to keep sticking to my notes. So the first thing I want to talk about is something that I learned from Peter Kelly. So if you have not heard of, well, there's a lot of you that I can't see. If you've heard of Peter Kelly, put up your hand. Perfect. So you guys might have already heard this, but it's always nice to reconnect with it. So I just want everyone to imagine that where your heart lives, there's a little light, and you have the control of turning that light up or bringing that light down. But just know that when you do bring that light up, you are allowing the universe to attract all these good things in your life, and you are allowing all of you are accepting that into your life, okay? But when you turn the light down, you don't want that in your life, and you're not accepting it. Maybe the universe is sending you good things, but you're not accepting it. So if you can get excited about learning how to attract all the things that you've ever wanted in your life, and you're excited about learning how to turn that light up, I want you to post in the comments and just say yes with as many exclamation marks as you want. And if you're feeling like a badass, I want you to list 1 or 2 things that you want to attract in 2017. And I'll just give you guys a couple seconds to do that. And I'm going to check it out. I'm going to list some things off. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, Peter Kelly's an incredible human being. If you're feeling like a badass, list 1 to 2 things that you want to attract in your life in 2017. I see like-minded people, freedom, abundance, and love. You're too excited to list 1 to 2 things. You got to go to 4. Love it. People who want to help others. I want to attract more like-minded people. Amazing. Awesome. I'm going to move on. Okay, so how do we turn that light up is probably what everyone's asking. I want to turn that light up now. I'm excited. So in order to turn it up, we need to feel, we need to know, and we need to learn about ourselves and what really deep down inside excites us. Because, you know, like what really lights us up. I know for me, I can get excited about one thing and 10 minutes later, I'm not excited about it anymore. I don't know if that's just me. Does anyone else kind of get that? You know, 1 minute you're excited about something and the next you're like, nah, whatever. And you move on to the next thing. So we need to really connect with ourselves and find like what's going to excite you in the long run in order to keep that light on. Okay, does that make sense? So what gets you excited? What wakes you up in the morning? What keeps you up late at night? What inspires you? What gives you butterflies when you listen to it? See, all these kind of things relate to what makes you excited inside. And it doesn't have to be something massive. You know, a lot of the time people or the trainers on stage at our big core for events, you know, they're adopting 8 kids, or they want to go down in Africa and save all these, you know, all these children and feed them. And those are amazing, amazing goals to be excited about. But not everyone is going to connect with that. So, you know, what really gets you excited could be like, I just really love staying up till 2 a.m. so I can watch Family Guy and sleep in for the day, the next day, because I can. I have that freedom. Like that can be the thing that excites you so much that you want to drive and run with this business and create an extra, I see some of you laughing, and create an extra income so that you can stay up and watch Family Guy until 2 a.m., right? It doesn't have to be a massive goal. And the things that excite you can always change. So again, for me, you know, 1 minute I'm excited about this, so then I'm going to work on my business. Maybe a week later I'm not excited about it. I let it go and I move on to the next thing. But you always have to be excited. Does that make sense? Yes, awesome. Okay, so what excites me? I'm going to give you guys some examples. So for me personally, Thailand excites me. So I've been to Thailand only twice now, but it still excites me, and I think about it every day. So I fell in love with the atmosphere, the culture, the food, the beaches. I fell in love with bringing other people to Thailand and watching them fall in love with all that stuff. And that's something that just excites me. It's not like a massive thing, you know, but it's something that keeps me going because I always want to go back there. So I'm always working, you know, to create enough money to just go back there. So what excites Peter Kelly is taking 2 hours every now and then and sending random like balloon packages to people she doesn't even know. You know, could you imagine having so much extra money that you just want to like send people balloons that you don't know? You know, she also goes to the beach at like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday with her friends, and they drink champagne just because they can. And, you know, a lifestyle like that is really attractive to me. So now that I'm done sharing a little bit about what excites me, I want to hear in the chat again, little things that excite you, big things that excite you, but I want you to get in more detail. I don't want you to say traveling. I want you to tell me where you want to travel, how long you want to travel, who you want to travel with, okay? So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that as well. Just list one thing maybe, and then we can just keep going. Food. Who said food? It's my new best friend. Love it. Round the world trip. That's amazing. Yeah, that's a good one. Gift surprising teammates and friends. That is exciting. Waking up, watching the sun. Ooh, they're going so fast. You guys are great. Visit my bestie who lives in New Zealand. Oh, I'll go to New Zealand with you. That's on my bucket list for sure. Own properties in both Toronto and Vancouver. Wow. Surprising family with trips. Yeah, that would be cool. That's amazing. You guys are so good at this. You don't even need me. Okay, so it's easy to list things off, right? Like we could go and go and go for hours and just list all these amazing things off, but really connecting with that excitement and letting it drive you to the point where it's pulling you and pulling you and pulling you out of bed every single day to work on that goal. Okay, so it's easy to be like, okay, you know, I want to go traveling, but is it actually waking you up at 6 a.m.? And is it driving you? Okay, I got to work on this. I got to work on this until you get it. Okay, and if it's not, switch, go to the next thing and find that feeling that's going to pull you around to where you need to be. And it's going to take you to your actual goal. It's going to take you in that direction. It's not going to take you away from that direction. Okay, so that's good. There was a survey and a study, I believe it was called Strength and Secret, but don't quote me on that. 19 out of 20 people couldn't answer the question, why do you work? Okay, it's because they didn't have that connection and that feeling and excitement about going to work, so they really didn't know why they did. Their answers were all, well, everybody else does, so I do that too. Okay, so nobody really connected and understood why they actually go to work besides the obvious reason everybody does it and money, right? So here's a truth bomb. I really like these truth bomb things. Most of you don't know why you are here. Okay, most of you don't know why you're either in Isagenix or in network marketing in general or on the start call. Some of you might be like, what am I doing here? Okay, and that's totally fine. Okay, I've been lost and didn't know what I was doing so many times in my life, but we just need to get you excited and we need to help you create your why, basically, okay? So remember your why and your excitement can change, right? It just makes it a lot easier because I know when I watch Peter Kelly or whoever on stage and they're always talking about this is my one why and it's been the same for 9 years, I'm like, I don't have that. I'm so ADD that I have so many different goals, but just remember it can change. So the 3 keys that Peter Kelly talks about to setting your goals and finding your why is number 1, write a list of things that excite you right now. So within 90 days time, write things that you want to do and you want to accomplish within 90 days that excite you a lot. It's going to keep you up late at night. It's going to get you out of bed early in the morning, and you're going to be thinking about it all the time. So you can write multiple things down in your list about things that excite you right now, okay? So number 2 is what excites you the most. Bye, Hannah. What excites you the most? So this is where I'm going to talk about the magic question, which is if you have unlimited time and you have unlimited money, what would your life look like? So I just want everybody to close their eyes. I know this is weird when I first had to do this, but I want everybody to close their eyes. I'm going to keep mine open so I can yell at people that are not closing their eyes. Unless you're driving. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. Okay, so I'm watching everyone. Everybody close your eyes, take a big deep breath in, and a big deep breath out. And I want you to just picture like your happy place, like whatever, something that excites you, if it's on the beach in Thailand or if it's snowboarding in Alaska or wherever that is, wherever you see your life going, I want you to just picture that. And I want you to connect with that feeling that you're getting. Maybe your heart's beating a little faster. Maybe you're feeling a little calmer. And I want you guys to just really connect with that feeling. And I want you guys to think about who's around you, what family members, what friends, and connect with how you feel now that you can see them in your mind. And I want you to feel either the warmth or the cold wherever you are, the wind, the snow. And I want you to just really feel, I can't stress that enough, just really feel how you are feeling when you're thinking about that perfect place in your mind. And I want you to know before you open your eyes that this place and this scenario that you have in your head is completely possible. Unless you're dreaming about pigs flying, who knows? You guys can open your eyes now. Good job. So that feeling that you're getting, being so like giddy and happy and just feeling amazing inside is what you need to be able to feel and connect with every single morning. So if you take 30 seconds and just close your eyes, or like if you wake up in bed, just stay in bed for an extra 30 seconds and just reconnect with that feeling and that vision that you had in your head, and it's going to help drive your day. Okay? So that's what excites you the most. That's a long-term picture. That's what you want your life to look like when you've accomplished all those things. So the third key is what excites your team now and what excites your team the most. Okay? So you need to talk with your team members and your new people that are excited about this. And you need to know what they want to accomplish and what makes them excited in 90 days and what they want their life to look like in the long run, okay? So those are the three things that Peter Kelly has. And I don't know about you guys, but I think 2017 is absolutely going to be killer. So whatever you were thinking in your head and whatever you were writing down as your 90-day goals or your life goals, I'm going to try one more little exercise with you guys. And I'm going to see if I can bump it up to the next level. So I actually have to stand up now and turn my computer around. Is that too far away, or are you guys going to be able to see that? I'll bring it in a little bit. My laptop's on a toaster right now, just saying. Awesome. Okay, so this next thing is by Eric Worre. So again, if you've heard of him, put up your hand. Perfect. So I heard this in, I believe it was Vegas at the leadership meeting. So if you guys were there, you probably know what I'm doing. But again, it's always good to rehear it. I know I need to hear it probably once a week. Okay. So Eric Worre talks about 3 people that set goals. And the first one is a pessimist. Okay. So I'm just making sure that you can see. Okay, see that line? I'm trying to bring this in closer. So a pessimist is someone who, when setting goals, they'll set a little goal, but they're always negative about it. And they always say, well, I'm not going to do it anyway, or, you know, my car will break down on the way to work, or, man, I already spilled my coffee on my pants, so I'm probably just not going to get that raise. And they always have negative thoughts in their head. And so when they set goals, they may set a goal way up here, but in their head, what they believe is that they're going to go down here. I'll put a P for pessimist. And what they do is they reach that goal down here. Okay, so this is the, can you guys see that? Is that too far away? Hold on.
Maddie, you're good, because if people go on speaker view, then it'll blow up on our screens and all we see is that.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, put it on speaker view, top right.
Okay, perfect. Okay. It's backwards, but you guys understand. So pessimist.
It's not backwards for us, hun.
It's just backwards for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so pessimist. They set a little goal, but in their mind, they don't believe that they can achieve it, and they think negative thoughts, so what they do is they end up down here. Okay, so the next one that Eric Worre talks about is a realist. Okay, and this is where the majority of people everywhere are, the majority of us, the majority of your coworkers, your friends and your family, the majority of people are realists. And what they believe in is setting achievable goals that they know they can reach, but that's why they set that goal. They're like, oh, I know I can do that, so I'm going to set it. And they do that because if they don't reach a goal that they set, they're embarrassed or they're scared of failure and they're scared of what people think about them. And that's kind of where we live in our comfort zone. Well, you know, I don't want my friends and my family to think less of me, so I'm only going to say I'm going to either make this much this month, or I'm going to do this many push-ups, or whatever that goal is that you're voicing to other people that you know you can reach, so that when you get there, you're getting praise. Like, wow, Maddie reached that goal. Like, she's awesome. Okay, so that's how realists are thinking. So they set reasonable goals and they usually get there. Okay, the last one are the visionaries. Okay, and there's not very many true visionaries out there, and I'm still working on getting there myself. But what visionaries do is they go, I'm here, but this is completely temporary. Where I'm going is way up here, and everybody else will laugh at them. Okay, that's the key. Everybody else says you can't do that, or they laugh at you, and you're like, no, I'm going way up there. Okay, but in the process of them reaching for that almost impossible goal, they hit here. And guess what? Even though the visionary goes way up there and reaches a massive goal, people are still praising the realist because they hit the goal that they set. Whereas the visionary did not hit the goal they set and they landed down here. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. So 2% of people are in this bracket setting massive goals for themselves and achieving just a little bit less than what they set. 98% of people are either pessimists or realists, and they're either not hitting their goals, but they're happy about it because they are negative people, or they are realists who is setting reasonable goals because they don't want to be made fun of. Okay, so my wish and my goal for all of you and myself is to step into 2017 trying at least to be a visionary and setting some almost impossible goal that you in your head are super, super, super excited about, and look where you're gonna go. You're gonna almost be there, whereas these guys, it's gonna take them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get there, and you'll get there in 1. You guys excited? So whatever you were writing down before about your 90-day goals or your life goals, I want you to double it, triple it, quadruple it, and I want you to get so fired up about what you can achieve in 2017. Okay? What? Okay, I'm gonna pass it back now before I keep going.
That was so good. Thank you so much, Maddie. Can we give a round of applause for her? Because that was like insane. That was so, so good. I'm just going to fix my screen here. Thank you so much, Maddie. Great job. Okay, so takeaways from that. I know for sure one thing that really helped me is dream boards, like talking about what Maddie was doing and getting up in the morning and getting reconnected with your vision. I love waking up and having my dream board right there to say, this is what I got to do to get there. So if you haven't made a dream board yet, I hope most of you have, get on that, or whatever way you like to lay out your goals. Maybe it's journaling or something, your morning affirmations. That's going to be so, so important. Maddie, I'm just going to ask you a few small questions because we actually have time here that we like to ask a few different trainers. So what is your favorite, because you have your mind so straight. I just love it so much. What is one of your favorite books that you read that really impacted your either Isagenix journey or your personal development journey?
Okay, you're not going to like me for this because I hate reading. But what I have read, it's like literally 1 out of 3 books I've read in my entire life is GoPro by Eric Corey. So I'm sure everyone has heard of that because it's one of the most popular ones out there, but that is literally the only personal development book I have read. But I do a lot of podcasts through David Wood, and I do a lot of just random YouTube people. Just type in personal development or setting goals, and I just watch as many different things as I can.
Cool. And as you were building your business and as you were doing your fitness stuff and working on all these different goals, what was your biggest aha moment that, you thought, okay, maybe this Isagenix thing is kind of cool, but then what was the aha moment of like, oh my gosh, I'm a young person, I can do this?
Yeah. So what it was was, I've had so many aha moments that I need to start writing them down before I forget them. But one of them was exactly what you just said. I'm like, wow. Because when I first started, I was 20. I like when you start at such a young age, you have so much freaking potential. Like, who cares if it takes you 10 years to be a millionaire? Like, you're 30 and you're a freaking millionaire. That just blows my mind. And that is exactly my aha moment. Is I was sitting there at my first event when I was 20 years old. It was in Dallas, Texas at the New Year's kickoff. That was my first one. And I sat there and I started watching all these start people with their big, massive checks. And they're like, oh, this one's 22, and this one is 24, and this one is 28, and this one is 35. And I'm like, what? Now, I always had a block in my head that, well, you can't be successful until you're 50, 60 years old, right? I always had that block in my head. Like, no, I have to work really hard for 40 years, 50 years, 30 years, whatever it may be. And watching so many young people walk up there and like claim their earnings was like a super aha moment for me. And that was 3 years ago. And that's still my biggest one, is like, I don't care if it takes me 10 years. I'm going to be 30 and I'm going to be living a wicked life. Yeah.
I can relate to that so much. I started in Isagenix when I was 19. And
Wow.
just the journey of just getting this when you're 19, 20, 21 is like unheard of. And now we're 23 and we have so much going for us, right? It's, the comparison can be the thief there, comparing yourself to these 35-year-olds or whatever. But man, I feel so blessed to be here. Okay. And I'm going to ask you just one piece of closing advice. So the people on the call that really want to, step forward this year and build a business, what would your one piece of advice be?
Just don't give up. I'm sure everybody keeps saying that, but honestly, like, there's been so many times where I'm like, am I kidding myself? Like, what am I doing? And if I would have quit when I had that the first time, like, I would have only made, a very small amount of money. And then here I am 3 years later. If you tally all that up, like, I can travel. I only work one part-time job now instead of 4. I travel, I go to all the core events, as many as I can. I go to Thailand. Like, just don't give up. Like, whatever you set your mind to, you can achieve. So just don't give up. And if you don't have like an accountability partner or a mentor, or someone to reach out to, I'm going to speak for everybody, but anybody in this Start Canada community is going to help you get there. Just find someone that either inspired you or you feel connected with or you can relate to, and just say, hey, can we be accountability partners? Like, I need someone to motivate me. And it takes away all that wanting to give up.
Phenomenal. Thanks so much, Maddie.
You're welcome. I love you guys.
Okay, and with that, we are going to wrap up this call. I hope you guys got so many takeaways. Some of the links, maybe Maddie, would you mind posting the Peter Kelly video in the Start Canada Facebook page if people wanted to rewatch that? It's such a powerful video. I feel like I've watched it dozens of times. And with that, for your friends and your peeps and your team who couldn't make it on the call tonight, all of these are recorded and put on the our Start Canada YouTube page by midnight tonight. So much gratitude for Tina, who sits here, pays for the Zoom room, uploads them to YouTube. Like, she gives her time every Sunday. Just so much gratitude for her. These calls would not happen without her hard work. And so make sure to like and subscribe to YouTube, and also like us on Facebook so you don't miss any of our wonderful information that's coming up about RAW. I hope you guys all have your tickets for that. Kristen Kerr has been working to get our Start Canada t-shirts made so that we can do some really fun stuff at RAW this year. And Jack Pennock has also been working her little butt off to get our Start Canada party going for the Friday. Jack, do you want to kind of chime in about things, because you just finalized everything today, right? Do you want to kind of share that information?
Yeah, sure. So we are going to be having the Start Canada party, which is like a dinner, kind of dinners and drinks and a little bit of dancing, at a place called Hunter's Landing, downtown Toronto, kind of smack in the middle between the Allstream Centre and the Weston Harbour. So it's all like right there, easy to get to. The event has officially gone live on eventbrite.com. So right after this call, you guys, I'm going to get in touch with Tina and we're going to just kind of get the event going. But you can search it now. It's called Start Canada Party RWKO Toronto. So you'll find it. It's the only one out there like that. Cost is $40, and that includes your dinner and admission. We're going to have door prizes. We're going to have social media contests. You're going to want to be there. It's going to be awesome. And the most thing, like, we're going to be able to celebrate, you know, our amazing community and the friends that we've made that we wouldn't have been able to otherwise without this amazing platform. So that's what it's all about. Stay tuned for details. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Thanks, Jack. She's done so much work to find a place that was cheap. We didn't know how many people were going. There was dancing. There was this. The 18-year-olds could come. Like, planning an event is so hard. And I have so much appreciation for people that put on events. So it's going to be so fun. Everyone's invited. We hope all of you can come out. We're going to get some amazing pictures, kind of get this movement out to the people who haven't tuned into the Facebook group yet. So I think that's about it. I know a bunch of people just jumped off, but let's, those of you who kind of have your faces hidden, let's take a little bit of a screenshot here. Erin, Melody, Sam, Val, Alex, Lena, I didn't see she was here. Where are your pretty faces?
All right, there we are.
Oh, and more people jump off. People are so funny. Okay, let's take a screenshot, Tina.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, someone just jumped off. One more time, you guys. One more time for good luck. Oh, there's Val and Jesse. Awesome. You guys rock. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Thanks,
Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, these calls happen every Sunday. We will be here next week, 8 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you then. Same place, same time.
Maddie and Christie, you guys rocked it. Thank you so much. Love you. And Morgan, as always, you're amazing. Love you guys.
Thanks, Tina.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.